Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you could tell, we're very casual today because we're going to be working with glitters and I don't want my shirt to get dirty. First, I'm going to apply some Tarte lip balm. This is just to keep my lips primed and hydrated for later. And then for my brows, I'm going to use this Morphe, I think it's the Brow 8 palette. Basically, it's their only brow palette, so you can't go wrong. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start with applying the wax that's in the palette. This is just gonna kind of prime our eyebrows so that all these powders stick and so that our brow hairs stay down. I'm going to go in with this kind of medium cool tone brown shade first, and then I'm going to go in with this light brown and blend those two shades together. I want more of a natural brow color this time. I don't want them too dark because we are going to be going bold everywhere else. Now I'm mixing this Pro Foundation Mixer from NYX and Olive with the concealer, mainly because that concealer is just a little too light for my skin tone. So doing this process kind of makes it more my skin tone. So after we clean up the brows, I'm going to use this Essence I Love Stage Eyeshadow Base. I like it because it has a wand. Plus it just really kind of covers my eye well. It removes all the discoloration. And I just blend that out with the small blending sponge from Real Techniques. Next, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever HD Pressed Powder just to set that. This is just going to help all of our eyeshadows to blend easier. Then I'm going to apply some tape on the corner because that's really going to help later with cleanup. Just keep those edges sharp. And then using my kind of homemade Colourpop palette, I'm going to use this first shade in Sea Stars. It's just kind of like an orangey light brown shade that's going to help everything just blend together. Next, I'm going to use Cloud 9, which is just this neutral dark brown, and as you can tell, I'm not worrying too much about blending that out. I'm really just focusing on packing in that color because in just a second, I'm going to go in with a blending brush and see stars again, and now is when I'm going to worry about kind of blending it more. But that inner corner, I'm not even worrying about it because as you can see right now, I used the base that we used originally with this flat synthetic brush, and I'm going over all that section. So don't worry too much about blending right there because you're just about to go over it, and this is really just how you create a cut crease. But for this look in particular, I'm only going to do it about halfway, and then I'm going to blend out those edges. Now I'm using this NYX pigment, this NYX loose pigment in Brighten Up. It's just this very pretty shimmery shade. I'm going to spray my flat shader brush with some e.l.f. makeup mist and set and then apply it just like that. But all this fallout right here is exactly why I wore kind of just a plain t-shirt. And then I'm going to use their pigment in Vegas Baby. It just is a more glittery shade. It's really pretty, but I applied it the wrong way here. So I'm showing you guys just so that you guys aren't confused later, but you can skip this step. Then I'm just going to go ahead and clean everything up with the Sephora eye makeup remover. I'm going to use the wet side first on a Q-tip, and then I'm going to use the dry side just to kind of clean up any of that leftover oil. And then with the tape, that's a great way to just pick up any loose glitter that kind of just fell everywhere. And then using this NYX glitter primer, which is what I should have done in the first place, I'm going to go ahead and apply that over that shimmery shadow. And then I'm going to apply the Vegas Baby over top. And that's going to help with the fallout. It's going to help it last all night. And it's just a much better way to apply it. And then I'm using the Lancome Grandiose Liner. I like this one because you can make the brush tip crooked, basically. So it just makes it kind of easy to apply. And then I'm going to use this Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Primer. I love this primer. It feels so good on my skin. It reminds me a lot of the Too Faced Hangover Primer, but with a more softening effect, whereas the Too Faced one is just hydrating. And then as a second primer, I'm going to use the Hailey's Beauty Refine Prime. And this is the one that's really going to help with pores. As you'll see in just a second, this side has no primer. And then the following side has the primer. And as you can see, it's a lot softer. So I'm just going to apply that anywhere I got pores. And then I'm going to use this Bella Pierre color correcting palette that I got from my December BoxyCharm. I'm going to use the orange underneath my eyes and anywhere else that I have darkness. I'm going to use the green to color correct anywhere that I have redness. And then I'm going to use that lavender shade to just kind of brighten up my forehead just to add a little extra light there. Next, I'm going to use this Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in Y445. This foundation is super pigmented, has tons of coverage. You only need a little bit. I will say I'm only wearing this because it's colder and drier out. I would not wear this foundation during the summer. It would just be way too hydrating for me and it would make me look a little greasy. So this one's a winter one for me. For concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in medium. I love this concealer. I feel like it's still really good coverage, but just a little more lightweight than the Shape Tape, so it's a good alternative. And then I'm going to use the NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer Pencil in Mahogany, and I'm going to use this to kind of just contour my Cupid's bow, just make it stand out a little bit more. As per usual, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Powder. So I'm just making sure I don't have any creases before I set that. Because if you set it with creases, as you kind of figured out by now, you're going to set the creases. So I'm going to set under my eyes, and then I'm just going to set my T-zone wherever I get oily, which for me is my forehead, chin, around my nose, and my nose. And then after this, I'm going to go in with bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer and it's so affordable. It's the NYX matte bronzer in medium. So I'm using the NARS Ita brush and I'm gonna dab that on first to just apply the color. The same with our eyeshadow, and then I'm going in with blending it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and contour all the areas that I just want to add just a little. Next, I'm going in with the Real Her Be Fearless, Be Limitless blush kit. I really liked this nude shade because everywhere else were kind of bold, so I really wanted to keep my cheeks pretty nude, pretty natural looking. And then I'm going to use that same translucent powder from earlier in a cosmetic wedge, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up the contour. Again, since this is a bold look, I want everything to be pretty precise, so this is just going to help that contour to look more sharp, more put together, and just not messy, basically. And then for highlight, I'm using this Gerard Cosmetics Star Powder in Audrey. It's just a very pretty, true light gold shade. So I'm going to apply that on all the high points of my face. Next, I'm using this MAC Technakohl liner in Risque. Honestly, I don't really like these liners. I'm just using this to kind of use it up. And then I'm going to go back in with that shade Cloud 9 to really smoke out that lower lash line. This step right here is what actually makes a smoky eye. And then I'm going to apply this Tarteist mascara, which is another product that I got in my BoxyCharm. For lashes, I'm using these Sofie Bella lashes in Havana Heat. I love them. They're so big and flirty. And then for my lips, I'm going to prep them using the Tatcha Camellia Gold Spun Lip Balm again that you saw in the beginning. And then for lipstick, I'm using the Beauty Crop Liquid Lipstick in I'm a Boss. I really picked this color because I feel like it's such a nice alternative to the red that you usually see. I love red, but for this look, I thought it'd be nice to have a good alternative. Now I'm going to wipe away all that baking from earlier, and then I'm going to apply the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist just to set everything and really have that nice glow. During the winter, we still want to glow. We want to glow even more. And then to set my eyebrows, I'm going to use this Essence Make Me Brow and Blondie Brows. You guys know I love this stuff. I love how it defines the brow hairs, and I love how I can have a nice bold brow, but it still have a soft effect. Alright guys, so that is it. I hope that you guys really like this look. You guys actually voted for this look on my Instagram, so make sure that you do follow my Instagram because I did a poll where I said, do you want a glam wintry look or do you want a natural wintry look? And no lie guys, it was like 54% I think voted glam, which is why I did this one. But don't worry my natural buddies, I will be coming for you too with a more natural version of this look. Obviously this is not a look that you would wear every day. It is much more dramatic and elegant, and it's much more like intense for everyday wear. This is something that you could wear to like a special event. So if you're going to a gala, or I almost said a ball. Who goes to balls? Actually, why don't we go to balls? Like, who's in charge of this? Why don't they create these? Why can't we wear ball gowns? But any special event that you're going to, wedding, anything like that, this is definitely a look that you could wear. You know, it doesn't even have to be that special. If you're going to dinner, like, feel free to rock this look. Take lots of pictures so that I can see it. And then I just wanted to mention two things before I let you guys go. One is I did go with this shade I'm a Boss from the Beauty Crop for my lips. The reason I did that is because yes, winter looks usually have red lips, but they're usually those very like classic true red lips. And I believe that for this look especially, I really love the depth of this color. The fact that yes, it is red, but it's a little deeper, and I like that. The second thing I wanted to mention is with these NYX pigments, honestly, when you first buy them, they come with a little sifter at the top. I don't like the sifter because I feel like you have to shake it out and then you end up throwing that out and it's a lot of waste. So when I showed it to you guys, it was open because I took tweezers and I just removed the sifter. And that way it's actually a little bit more like the MAC pigments in that sense, where you just dip right into it. There's a lot less waste. Personally, I like that, you know, it's up to you guys figure it out, but that's what I like to do, so that's another little tip. All right guys, and that's it. So again, I really hope that you guys like this look. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also check me out on Instagram at Favriel and on Snapchat at FavrielB. Those are other two places you can see me on a more of a daily basis. But yeah, I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!